Welcome back to Brad's Garage. Today we're working on our good old F150. This bad boy is up to 354,000 miles, so I think maybe it's time to change the shocks on this guy. So let's start in the rear and let's get these Bilsteins on. These are the 4600. We got stock ride height, two-wheel drive, so we don't need the 5100. So let's jump on into it. All right, so we're underneath the truck. You don't need to jack it up or anything, so it's actually pretty straightforward. We're gonna go ahead and get our 18mm wrench on the nut here, and then we're going to get our 15mm socket on the other side with our Milwaukee here, and we're just going to rattle this off. We came out the other day, this shock, we had a puddle of oil laying on the ground, so we knew that this shock basically just blew out and leaked everything out. So this is going to have nothing in it at all. Like as you can see, there's not even any tension at all. So we're going to go up top now and do the same thing on top. Just leave this bolt in the bottom. That way, if you do have a little bit of pressure from your shock, still has a little juice in it, it won't just be flying off when you get the top undone. So we go up top, same thing, 18mm nut. You can get your Milwaukee in there and just go ahead and rattle that off. Okay, and in our case, ours is completely dead, so there's not going to be any gas pressure at all. So we can just go ahead and pull that top bolt out and then go back underneath. Go ahead and just pull that lower bolt out, and then it can just drop down. If you do have a little bit of pressure, you might need to get a pry bar in here to give yourself a little bit of room. So go ahead and just pull that out, and then you can just drop the shock straight down. You have the e-brake cable there, but you just drop it straight down and your rear shock is removed. So we got our new shock underneath. On the 4600s, the boot actually does go up, because when you have the shock in, you want the Bilstein logo facing up. On the 5100s, the silver ones, it's actually upside down, the boot. So the easiest way to tell is just make sure the Bilstein sticker, the logo, is facing, upright, when you're standing outside the truck. So go ahead and once again, you kind of just feed it through, get it up. You just want to get it into the top slot first, and you can go ahead and get your top bolt. And you can just kind of push through, get your top bolt in. All right. And then now, of course, you're going to have a little bit of gas pressure on the lower strut. So you need to use a little muscle and just kind of compress it and have your bolt ready. So it takes a little bit of effort. And you can kind of get it in there. You might need another hand to help slide that bolt in. Okay, good. Once you get it started, you can kind of just give it a wiggle and then put it through. And what I like to do is just put a little dab of blue thread locker on those threads right next to the edge. Get your nut on, and then we'll go up top and do the same thing. Dab a thread locker on there. You can do it before you stick it in too, probably a little bit easier. Get our nut started, and then we can go ahead and get these torqued down. Since the truck is already at ride height, already on the ground, then we're not going to be stretching out those bushings or anything like that. So let's grab the torque wrench. All right, so I got my torque wrench on. I set it to 66 foot-pounds. I'm actually laying underneath the truck just so I can get leverage on the torque wrench. And we're going to go ahead and make sure this is torqued down. A lot of times the nut doesn't even try to turn, so it's kind of like a nylock nut. So getting close. All right, there we go. Okay, we're on the bottom. Get our 18 on there, 15 socket with the torque wrench. Also set to 66 foot-pounds. All right, now all we gotta do is the same thing on the other side. Hope that helps you guys with your 04 to 2017 F150 rear shocks. Super easy to do. Like I said, you don't even need to get it off the ground. So it's pretty straightforward. So you can decide what shocks you want. We went with the Bilstein 4600s, and we're going to see how they ride. So be sure to check out our other video where we did the front Bilsteins. Check that out. We'll leave a link to all the products we use in the description below, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.